Stigma Damages is an arts-based research project by Irish artist Michele Horrigan. Horrigan uses found objects, archival materials, and video installations to examine and communicate the ongoing environmental injustices of aluminium refining in the region where she lives and works. Aluminium is everywhere in products we use every day. And yet, the process of rendering bauxite rocks into alumina powder creates caustic air emissions as well as a toxic industrial waste product for which there is no viable recycling process, waste management process, or way of using it. As a result, this red dust piles up next to refineries, and the facilities continuously dump water on it to keep it from blowing around. When cultural studies scholars come to exhibits like Stigma Damages, we're not only looking at the content and learning about these various issues, we're also looking at the aesthetic trends that the exhibit is intervening in, the media that it uses, and how it's curated.
This is a 1980s commissioned painting from the refinery. Here the refinery really blends into this narrative of a pure nature. Even the clouds fuse with the steam of the refinery. This is a 2007 advertisement remediating the same narratives from earlier. It showcases the nature trail leading up to the refinery, which was then embellished with natural elements, like these animals. Especially interesting are the butterflies, who had their own built-in sanctuary in this refinery. This has unfortunately already been demolished, and many of the butterflies have not been seen since. Michele Horrigan also talks about this in one of her video installations.
These images that we see of the environment surrounding the refinery are likely to not be surprising to most viewers, as they emerge out of a longer history of landscape painting. We see nature, plants and animals existing comfortably alongside human society and industry. However, what Michele Horrigan does in this exhibition is flip this narrative on its head. With a Google Maps screen capture from above, we can see that in fact the refinery has deeply impacted the surrounding environment. This supposedly untouched space where plants and animals and humans are thriving are implicated in the toxic byproduct of the refinery. The mud flats which are created are a result of the processes in which all of these different minerals and these toxic elements are seeping into the landscape. Horrigan's curation does not explain the differences between these two narratives. Instead, what she asks is for us, the viewer, to co-produce the meaning of this exhibit, to come to the understanding that nature and culture are not so separate as that which is being represented in these 1980s depictions of the environment surrounding the refinery. By seeing the refinery from above, we come to understand that nature and culture are in fact sharing the very same space, that we human beings are drinking the water and breathing the air of the refinery in the same way that the plants and animals surrounding this space are, that all of us come to be implicated in the toxicity of the activity of refining aluminum.
So as you can see, the content and curation of an exhibit like this collectively come together to make meaning. We can also think about how the media of an exhibit like this makes meaning. For example, in this video installation of the Australian aluminium refinery in Pinjarra, the viewer is often looking through a screen at the screen of environmental justice activist Vince Puccio. This emphasis on screens foregrounds the medium that is being used to convey the content, but also the products that are derived from aluminium processing. So as we're visiting the Stigma Damages exhibit, we're made aware of how we are all collectively complicit in the uneven distribution of the benefits and burdens of extraction economies. Yet we're also collectively invited to imagine more environmentally and socially just futures. We together can use art and culture to imagine a better world.